Nora Rogers, reporting for Channel 67 News. Today we're going to be having an interview about the Vietnam War. And now to Lily Benton with the interview about the Vietnam War. Thank you, Nora. This is Lily Benton, reporting for Channel 67 News. And today I will be interviewing Dr. Remy Radigan.
Hello everyone. As you said, my name is Dr. Remy Radigan, and I am a historian that specializes in the Vietnam War. I specialize in the Vietnam War draft.
Very interesting. Now, would you like to tell us a little bit about the system and what it was like before the Vietnam War? How about during, or how was the draft for the Vietnam War?
Alright. The system used for the draft is called selective services, and it is one of the most continuous services since it was started before the U.S. joined World War II. And for this system, anyone who is drafted is males in the U.S. from the ages 18 to 25. So, in fact, I believe the spring of 1967, there was one time that there was like a rally or protest of young men burning their enlistment cards, and in total there were about 150 burned in the end. So people were not very happy about enlistments. Plus, you also have people who are not going off to war, worrying about their sons or fathers or whoever, and especially since they did not believe in the war. So people were not very happy with the draft, especially since there were so many.
Yes. And now, how did the Vietnam War draft affect the opinion, or impact the opinion, of the federal government at this time?
Yes. The draft definitely impacted the opinion of the federal government because people were so angered at what it had become, having all these men being drafted and being in this war that they didn't want, angered the people, especially since the numbers that were being drafted were increasing so much from previous wars. So people would get very angry, there were many protests, and people believed that the drafts were unfair and it was due to the government, is what they believed. So since what would happen was men who had the essential jobs or what would be considered essential jobs would not have to go to war, or some people were able to buy their way out of being drafted. So a lot of people ended up doing that, and so many people thought that this was very unfair because a lot of these people who had essential jobs were the rich Caucasian males. So people saw the government as being very, very, very unfair. And so people trusted the government less and less since they were taking these people who were less advantaged and who were family, and they were taking them into the war. And even though people were protesting and men were trying to get out of the draft, people became more and more angry at the government.
Okay, it seems that we're almost out of time for this interview. Is there anything that you would like to add, Dr. Rodigan?
I don't have anything to add.
This has been Lily Benton reporting for Channel 67 News.